Let's talk about what comic books I read from last week's new comic book day on April 6th. Welcome back. We are going to start out with Marvel this time. Usually I save Marvel for the end, but I'm going to start out with it. Before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to Blake's Buzz, who created this awesome t-shirt that I'm wearing here. You can find him on YouTube. You can find his podcast all over the place, the audio form of his interviews. He also just started a Substack to talk about his comic reviews and everything, so go check him out. Blake's Buzz on Twitter or Instagram as well. Great dude. So let's hop into Marvel here. We got first up, Devil's Reign number 6 of 6. This was really cool. I love the way that they tied everything up here without needing to kill off, Daredevil or Kingpin. Sorry, little spoiler there, but it's been long enough, hopefully, that you have read this by now. There is a storyline in the previous issue where it makes it seem like Daredevil is dead, but it's really his newly introduced brother, who they've just now killed off. But lots of cool things going on in this, and the resolution of now Luke Cage is probably going to be mayor of New York, so that'll be interesting to see where that takes him. Next up, I have She-Hulk issue number 3, and this is starting to sound more like not just a She-Hulk story, but a Jack of Hearts story, and it's interesting that he has come back in this way. So I'm enjoying it because I've never really read also about Jack of Hearts. I honestly started picking it up because of the Jen Bartel covers, and this one again is really cool, like always from her. So sorry, the glare's a little much on here, but yeah, I'm really enjoying the story, even though that wasn't the original reason I was picking it up. But Rainbow Rowell, Roj Antonio, and Luca Maresca and Rico Renzi bringing this one to us, and fantastic so far. Next up, I've got one I could not pass up on this week, Spider-Punk number 1. Absolutely love this character. I got the Maria Wolf variant and I believe this was Del Mundo variant as the 1 in 25. I wanted the Okazaki 1 in 50. That was an awesome cover. My shop didn't get it, and prices online are a lot right now. So maybe one day, but for right now, passing on it. But yeah, Spider-Punk, cool to come back to him and see more of his world. We get a Punk Riri, which is super cool. Love that. Love that they did that. And we had we had Punk Captain America. I don't remember if he had popped up before. I know Riri hadn't. I know we had the Hulk pop up before, and he's in here, but not in his Hulk form. Next up, I got Strange number 2 with this awesome Bjorn Berens cover for us. Fantastic cover, and another fantastic issue of what's going to happen with Clea, and what's she going to do as the Sorcerer Supreme of 2 dimensions. How is that going to affect her powers, and maybe either enhance or cause them to go haywire? I don't know. We're going to find out hopefully in the next couple issues, or I don't know how long the run is planned for, but I'm excited for what's going on with Strange right now. I know probably by the end of all this, Doctor Strange is going to come back. Stephen Strange, of course. But I like how they're not bringing him back immediately. They're letting his death sink in there for a while, even though she's really trying to find a way to bring him back. And the Harvest Man seems to be someone that will block her efforts to do that. So moving on from Marvel, I don't have the rest of this in any order. I'm going to start off with this one from Black Mask Studios, Hecat's Will, number 3 here. Still very interesting and emotional story we got going on. I really like some of the drama that's developing in this and the character development that we're seeing. I'm really enjoying the art in this as well. Yolanda Zanfardino writing and drawing this one, and it's been a fantastic story so far. From Image Comics Radiant Red #2. Now this, I wasn't super excited with issue #1 for this, but issue #2 I think amped everything up to the next level. So super cool what's going on here with one, her powers, and she's learning about them, but two, Shift coming into this now, and more of a Radiant Red's origin story, and robbing the banks and everything, and why some of that happened. Very, very good issue 2 for that story. I think that story needed to be what it was, and I'm very happy about that, and definitely going to stick through the remaining issues of the 5-issue miniseries. So, moving on, from also going back to Black Mask Studios' Destiny New York #10. Things just hit a level here that I didn't see coming, and I think it's going to change some of these characters. Maybe not for the better right now, but again, excellent read. I'm in it for the long haul with Destiny New York. I will eventually have the trade volumes from Kickstarter coming in. I think I just read that Volume 5 is complete. I think the digitals just went out, so I haven't gotten to read it yet, but I'm waiting on the physical copies so I can go through it. But yeah, Destiny New York #10, reading through, I think this is Volume 2 here, in Volume 2 of the Kickstarter version, so eventually Black Mask, I think, will catch up. I know Volume 6 is going to happen later this year, but it'll take a while for the Black Mask books to catch up, because there's a lot of other stories in the world that Pat Shan's put together. So it is an ever-expanding world of magic, which is super cool, and he gets to focus on side characters and new stories, and what more could you ask for there? Another cool read this week from Boom Studios. We got Alice Ever After, a dark imagining of what would happen, in the after period, of coming back from Wonderland, and seemingly drugs are the answer. Drugs are never the answer, but for Alice, it seems like that is how she gets her way back to Wonderland in her mind, and it really is. It's a pretty dark story so far. But Dan Panosian writing this, Spalletta art, Mascolo, I think, was colors on this one, and this, I couldn't pass up this Jenny Frizen cover here. This was the cover B, and then there was an FOC variant by J. Scott Campbell, which I know where that one is, and there we are. So we have, split sides of her, Wonderland and kind of real world there, and I love it. Absolutely love that split paneling there. Coming back over to Image, we got Firepower. It's back, issue #19 here, and a new character that our cast has not met yet, but I think we'll be meeting probably in the next issue, because he's seeing the dragon and they're needing to recruit allies, so he will probably want to be one of the allies they got coming. They're taking it up another notch. Got to do that in a long-running series like this. This is issue 19, I said. I don't know how long this will go for, but I could see it going real long time. There's a lot more in this world that we're seeing as the story goes. Next up, I've got from AWA Upshot here, The Joneses, issue #1 with a John Gallagher cover A, which is super cool. Michael Morecki, Alessandro Vitti, and Ives Forsina. Very interesting story in the world of the Resistance. And again, I need to read the Resistance. I really do. I will someday. I gotta get the trades for it, but I have such a long to be read list right now for that. So probably not happening in next little bit. But I've been loving some of these stories in the world of the Resistance, and this is no exception here. We've got this family that all gets powers, but they know how the people who are getting powers, the Reborns, are getting treated. And so they decide not to reveal that they have powers, but some of them feel maybe that there's an obligation to help people when others who have powers are being villains. And so there's that struggle of, do we help? Do we reveal who we are? Or do we try to blend in still and not get prejudiced against? I mean, there's a larger story to be told here, of course. Implications of the prejudice against the powers, but how that applies in life too. So I really enjoyed issue number 1. Very strong issue 1 here from AWA Upshot's Powered World, the Resistance World. Michael Morecki writing an awesome story here. Going over to Behemoth, we got No Holds Barred number 5, continuing to be such a fun story. Talking Shakespeare as a superhero, and really fun that it sticks to like that language, and it's in iambic pentameter. Really cool. Eric Gladstone writing this one. Kari Bravo and Bidikar also on this. Very, very fun story that I just have such a fun time reading. And issue 5 here. I think there's at least one more issue. I know there's at least one more issue, but I can't remember if it's 6 or 8 issues total. A new one over at Aftershock Comics. We've got The Ocean Will Take Us from Rich Duick and Carlos Olivares. Manuel Pupo and Dave Sharp as well on this one. And this one, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up this week, I'll admit. But I picked it up because I flipped through it, and the art is so good. So good. And I started reading the story, and I absolutely love this. I need to add this to my pool list now, because this has some creepy vibes to it. And honestly, I just read Happy Hill, which is also by Rich. And it's got, for me, I feel like it's got a similar vibe in that we've got this, like, you know, happy kind of situation going on. We got the swim team. Everything seems like it's kind of normal, but there's also some intrigue of maybe something strange has happened here, right? And so I like that. I like that, like, hidden secret thing that's happening. And so in this, it's whatever this stuff is that's in the water seems to be either giving these other swimmers an edge, but also maybe it's killed somebody. So I don't know what's going on all overall. I really enjoyed this though, and the artwork is so nice. I really love that. I love the vibrancy in this in the art. So kudos to the team, and I can't wait to see issue number 2 of that one. Probably my favorite read this week, Stargirl issue number 1, which speaking of color vibrancy, the colors in this are insane, just like the cover here, but even more vibrant. And the story is this really cool sci-fi story about the Stargirls that kind of was this team of heroes, I guess, kind of, that rescue people throughout the galaxy. They got disbanded, and now it seems like some of them are working to still try to save the galaxy, but others are working against that cause and maybe working to bring down the galaxy and kind of make things how they want. I don't know. But it's fun story, vibrant colors, love the art. Lucas Mendonca, something along those lines. I'm not good at pronouncing letters with extra things on them. I should look up how to say that. I will when I finally get to doing a full review on this. There's a couple of books from this week that I really want to talk about, and some books from previous weeks that I still haven't gotten to do the reviews that I want to do on them, but they're coming still, I swear. I've been trying to catch up on, reviews for advanced things so I can get those out, and then I will be catching up on other ones. But I did pick up several covers for Stargirl. All of them, I think, are by Lucas, which is so cool because it shows his range here as an artist. Lots of different styles, but it said that they were all his art, but I'm not 100% sure because it looks like there may be another signature in there. But another really cool new one that might be like my number 2 read, but really strong second, was West of Sundown with Tim Seeley and Campbell writing, Terry drawing, colors by Farrell, Crank doing the lettering, and this was just super good. We've got essentially a Western vampire story, and Tim Seeley's been doing some great vampire stories. I believe he was behind Vampire the Masquerade, but I do want to pull this out because just to show you some of like the art inside, some cool unique paneling using the coasts of the Americas there, our vampire resurrection, like all of this stuff is, that's not the resurrection scene, that's her getting some more energy, healing a little bit, but so many cool things in this story, and a lot of intrigue about who really the monsters are in the world. Is it the vampires and the Frankensteins and werewolves and things, or is it the humans that are doing bad things? So that kind of moral conundrum of what the monster really is, I love it. I love that concept, and I'm already hooked on that story. Mad Cave Studios brought Nottingham back, and it picks up with so much awesome action, just like the first volume. And instead of fighting the Merry Men, Robin Hood and the Merry Men, maybe the sheriff's gonna have to team up with them to save the king. What? Incredible, right? So this is really cool that this story came back. The such positive response to the first volume. David Azan and Shane Connery-Volk, I think Luca Romano doing the colors. Such a great team putting this out, and a solid book from Mad Cave. If you haven't been reading anything from them, go pick up the first volume of this and then read this issue, because you don't want to miss the story being told here. Dark version of Robin Hood, and taking it in a new direction now in volume 2. This one, more vampires, and a lovely story here from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, when our child vampires are discovering human blood again, or maybe for the first time. They never had it when they were first created because they didn't think people were around. It's headed there. It's getting darker, and I am ready for every second of it. So excited that team of Lemire and Nguyen is back at it. I didn't get to read their first stuff, but I always heard great things about Ascender, Descender, so I will be checking those out at some point here in the future, because I really love them as a team on this. All right, from Scout Comics, we've got Distorted issue number 2, and Distorted issue number 1 was really cool. I really enjoyed this world of powers that's being created and the mystery behind it. And now we're getting a little bit more of the darkness in this world with our serial killer Mason, who feeds on these people with powers, thinking it will enhance his powers, and look at how creepy he is. Like, this is a story from Scout you really should be reading. Scout does a lot of good stories, but this is one I think that really is at the top of that list. We've got powers, we've got a little bit of horror, we've got excellent artwork from Gabriele Falzone, a cool story being told here by Salvatore Vivenzio, and I can't predict what's going to happen next in this, and I like that. There's that element of surprise that's going to happen with each issue. Is Mason going to find our other characters that we've been looking at in the universe and hunt them down, or are they going to get hunted down by other people first? There seems to be this manhunt for these people with powers, and some of them are just trying to live their life, right? Going back over to Image, we've got New Masters issue number 3 from Shobo and Shofkoker. Just an awesome world that they've been building here of futuristic, an Afrofuturistic world, and seeing aliens involved in this, and I believe they're from Jupiter, and there's this power dynamic between Earth and Jupiter that seems to be a little bit out of balance, and people are not happy with it, and living on Earth trying to survive. Some of them have to go to extreme measures of pulling off a heist, and so we're gonna see that heist in this issue. I loved it. I've been really enjoying Shobo Coker's writing style in this one, and in my next book, Buckhead number 5, right here, the final issue from Boom Studios' imprint Boombox, with art by George Combadias, and I love this artwork. But we see the end of this miniseries, and we see the fate of Buckhead decided, and are they able to stop all of this that's going on? Are they able to save the adults that have essentially been enslaved by what was thought to be mythical being that was awoken kind of accidentally, I think, through this world that our main character's father was building? But lots of action, lots of myth and lore that went into this story, and I really love that when there's lore brought in from real life things that I didn't know about, and I can learn a little bit, but really enjoy this story. Of course, always at the top of my list, Follow Me Into the Darkness, from the sequel to You Promised Me Darkness, and of course the namesake for You Promised Me Comics. So I'm loving this follow-up. We're getting close to the apocalypse finally, and what is happening with our characters, and is the anti-everything really gone, or is he still around? Keep reading, guys. Keep reading. It is so much fun, and the artwork, as always, the black and white artwork is phenomenal. I love it. I can't speak highly enough of that art style that Damien has. And also over at Behemoth, Heavy Metal Drummer. This was issue number 3, halfway through the series. And again, we get that mix of grit, we get that mix of vibrancy, and a really cool metal story that's going on in here. And I love that this is different sized, giving us something unique there. So definitely one of those Behemoth stories you should be checking out, besides the ones I've already talked about. Honestly, I think all of them are worth checking out. But here's some other Follow Me Into the Darkness covers that came out this week. Some more Heavy Metal Drummer covers right there. This awesome No Holds Barred variant right here. And then I got a West of Sundown variant. I think I think Tim Seeley did this one, if I'm not mistaken. It was, I want to say it was like cover C. Yeah, cover C by Seeley and Farrell. And then last but not least, the second printing of Cult of Icarus number 1. Number 2, my shop did not get it. They got shorted, so I'm waiting on that one. Probably will have it in the next week or two, but that is what I got. That's what I thought about those books. Little quick reviews. I plan to do in-depth reviews with some of them soon when I get the time, but that might not be for the next couple weeks. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. If you've got to this point and somehow are still watching and you're new, go hit that subscribe button down below. And if you are watching this, please let me know what you picked up this last week for New Comic Book Day, and let's talk about it in the comments. Till next time, collect what you love. See you then.